Exiting. No, that's the point I made. It appeared that he was just staying the course on the freeways. Once he ran into that traffic on the northbound 605, he got nervous. He exited the freeway, and that's when he really started to drive erratically. He's exiting. Yep, he's up on the sidewalk there. There he goes, skimming those vehicles there, making a left or southbound turn here, which will take him down into Long Beach, off the 91 freeway, right through traffic there. Yeah, wow. So he's right on the border of Cerritos now, and there he is. He's boxed in there a bit. He's going to make a turn against ongoing traffic. Now look at this CHP unit. He's staying the course with him. Now driving against traffic westbound. Actually, he's staying westbound in westbound lanes there. It looked like he was going to make a turn onto eastbound lanes. There was a driver who did exactly what you're supposed to do in a situation like this. Pull off to the side safely. Don't try to be a hero. Don't try to box a suspect in if you see something like this, because you do not know who you're dealing with. It could be a very dangerous armed situation. Once the speed, and I just got this from one of my LAPD sources, Adrian Acosta, who's working over in the Venice Bureau. He says typically LAPD speeds of 35 miles an hour or less. That's when they'll attempt that pit maneuver. Obviously, if the roadway is clear. CHP may have a slightly different policy. Right up against him here as he makes another turn here, a northbound turn here. We're right on the border of Long Beach, Downey, and Cerritos here. The badly damaged car here against traffic again, through a red light intersection, trying to get back onto the 91 freeway. Here he goes. He's going to try the pit, and yeah, that was successful. Bam. But let's see if he's going to continue on, because the car wasn't that badly damaged. Now, this is where it really gets dangerous. Again, you don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know if these suspects are armed at this time or not. The vehicle looks somewhat disabled. We're going to try to get a better position here for you. There are other units. That's why they can't. That's why he's not moving there as we widen out. That's an on-ramp here where he was pitted. Now we'll see what happens. We haven't seen anybody exit the vehicle as of yet. We're going to get a better vantage point here. That wall was blocking us there for just the time being. We're not seeing much movement yet, so we'll see what happens here. This could turn into a standoff. The officers are already ordering the suspects to exit the vehicle. Arms visible. Clear orders. There's a K9 unit there. They're prepared. They are definitely going to bring these individuals into custody. Fortunately, at least from our vantage point, we did not see any other vehicles badly damaged. It did not appear that there was any type of interaction that would cause serious injuries. Guns drawn. CHP units have this guy blocked. We'll get you the on-ramp here. This is the 91 freeway, the eastbound side of the 91 where he had just exited. Looks like it could be Bellflower Boulevard, Studebaker. I'll try to get that for you here in just a moment. He was transitioning so quickly. And it looks like this is Clark. It looks like this is Clark Avenue, the Clark Avenue on-ramp to the eastbound side of the 91 in the community of Bellflower here, where this pursuit has come to an end. Look at all the units arrive on scene here. Again, he has nowhere to go, That's exactly right. By now, we would have seen some movement. First by the driver. They'll always go after the driver first. Then they'll go after any of the other passengers. Again, you're dealing with an automobile with tinted windows. The front passenger side window was unrolled for a time. These officers may have a little more intel on this than we do. Unfortunately, because of the fact that the plates are paper, there's no way we can determine who the registered owner is of this vehicle. But a very successful pit maneuver, just as I was saying. Once the speed is down, the roadway is clear, and they took that opportunity to spin this individual out through that pursuit intervention technique. The Clark Avenue on-ramp to the eastbound side of the 91. Now this appears to possibly be a standoff with most likely two suspects, maybe even three. One individual we heard did hop out of the car, foot-bailed right after this pursuit started down in Orange County in Santa Ana. And it's Bellflower where we are at now. The 91 freeway is not impacted. As you can see, east and westbound lanes are open. At this time, it's just the Clark Avenue on-ramp. The CHP helicopter circling very low. They're trying to look inside that vehicle as well, provide some information. And again, this is a situation, too, if a drone could be deployed quickly, as we've seen. We saw the Redondo Beach Police Department do this in this exact situation when a pursuit came to an end. You could fly that drone right up into the grill of that vehicle, look inside that vehicle, and see what they're dealing with. Who's in there? Does it look like they have a weapon? That's where drones are good. And I know there's been a big pushback in the city of Los Angeles by some residents, but those drones could be helpful in solving crime and bringing situations like this to a peaceful end. It's unclear if that would be the case here, if they were able to do that. But again, that would be a situation in which a drone is on a vehicle or close by, and they can deploy it quickly so that they can get a better look inside the vehicle. Of course, with the tinted windows, that'd be a little bit more difficult. They're not going anywhere. These suspects aren't going anywhere. And we're going to get a better vantage point here, looking inside the driver's window, which is rolled down. Arms were flailing there, we could see, for a time. Clearly, he's not giving up. Clearly, he's not doing what he's told. The officers have given very strict and detailed instructions, as they always do at the termination of a pursuit, to bring this to a peaceful conclusion. But you can see he's gesturing at these officers. It looks like he's agitated, hands not shown. He could be armed. This is where it really exactly what I said, Bob, when I rolled around here. I said his window was open. We could see his arms flailing, and he was looking out at the officers, gesturing towards them, which it just makes the situation even worse. And I've seen pursuits end like this, where the suspect isn't complying. They're reaching for things. They're moving their arms. And at times it ends in an officer-involved shooting because the officers might feel that they're at risk. Their lives are at risk. No question. There's so many scenarios, and I've covered situations like this so many times involving police-related situations, and I've seen, at least from my vantage point, that if a suspect or suspects do exactly what they're told, situations like this end peacefully. Yeah, of course, the suspect, he's going off to jail. They're going off to jail, the suspects, but it ends peacefully. Looks like the window's rolled back up now. The suspect has rolled up the window. He's not giving up. And again, at least one other individual in the car. We heard at one time there may have been up to 4. It's been really difficult because of the tinted windows to determine if that's the case. It appeared that there was at least one individual in the front passenger seat. All right, door is open now. Let's see what happens. It looks like his hand is up. Let's see if he's ready to give himself up. And again, it's the passenger they want to take, or the driver, I should say, they want to take into custody first. He's gesturing something, his keys. Just drop them on the ground, hands up, hands in clear view. He's pushing. Yeah, he's not doing what he's told. He's got to have his hands up. He looks like he's gesturing. Hands up, hands up. That's what they're saying. Hands up. Do not put your hands in your pocket. Don't reach for anything. Keep your hands in visible sight, please. Hands up, high above your head. Hands high above your head. That's what they're saying. That's what they're directing this suspect to do. And this is why it's so. He's reaching for something again. And again, these are really fluid situations for officers, and this is why officers get into a situation where they just don't know what they're dealing with. The suspect, Bob, you mentioned, could be under the influence. Maybe he does have a weapon, and now he's still not doing what he's told, unless he's so out of it that he just. It looks like he's gesturing his. And now in a situation like this too, officers can use non-lethal force. They could bring out the beanbags, just to tase him, do something if that's needed. But now it looks like hands back, hands up, hands back. His feet are crossed. He's laying out on the asphalt here. Again, if you're just tuning in, this started as a pursuit in Santa Ana after 10 o'clock this morning. It's ending here in Bellflower on the Clark Avenue on-ramp to the eastbound 91. Both sides of the 91 are open. It's only the Clark on-ramp that this activity is occurring. We're we believe there's at least one other individual, in addition to the driver, that is now laid out on the ramp. So we will see the lead officer approach now. Guns drawn. Guns drawn. Definitely, yes. Absolutely. Again, he could be under the influence. He might not all be there. But look at this. K9, they got the barrier up. CHP officers, guns drawn. And the first thing they're going to do, they want to make sure nobody else is inside that vehicle that could harm the officers. But they may have a good eye on anybody else inside that vehicle. So let's see what happens now. And it may turn out nobody else is in there. So that's driver taken into custody. And let's watch this to an end to see if this is going to be a code 4 or not, because it looks like they're gesturing inside the vehicle. Let's push back in and see what's going on with the vehicle there. As you can see, the driver, the suspect's being taken away. They're going to check the trunk. Okay, the trunk is clear. I don't think anybody else is inside that vehicle. From what we're looking at now, Marlon Bob, they checked the trunk. It's clear. Code 4, only the driver. And we thought that there was upwards of 4 individuals for a time, and we heard that one person jumped out, just the driver, leading the CHP and Santa Ana Police Department on a high-speed pursuit across Orange County into southeastern LA County, ending here at the Clark Avenue on-ramp to the eastbound 91 freeway. Look at all the units and look at the people watching down below. Wow. Yeah, it was good. That was just hard. Like with so many other. No, it was going all over. You just didn't. If you would have stayed the course on the 91 and got on, then that would have been the perfect point. That's crazy. Only one person in there. It looked like there was somebody in the passenger seat. Go back to the vehicle. Unless he was just... I think he was on something. Did you see his hand? Yeah. That looks like a bullet hole right there. Yeah. No, I didn't want to speculate, but I mean, CHP may have shot at him. Once they use their vehicle as a weapon. I haven't heard from the death. And east, 91 east at Clark Avenue. 91 east at Clark Avenue in Bellflower. Hey, what do you want us to do, Dave? We have like 45 minutes. We have a good, maybe even an hour, 20. We have an hour.